So recently, a lot of controversy has been swarming around the creator known as Riff, where Riff has been making fun of artists while threatening violence towards one specific artist, targeting and bullying them in a video. There are a lot more things around Riff as well, including his usage of AI and other stuff. But before I get into all of that, please remember to like and subscribe to help support the video. Leave a comment to help boost the video and make sure it gets spread to people. And remember, if you have any questions, to join the Discord with the link on screen, and I'll be more than happy to talk to you about any questions that you have. Firstly, I'd like to talk about his usage of AI in his thumbnails. Now, Riff is most commonly known as a reaction YouTuber or a, commentary YouTuber, let's say. And he uses AI when making his videos, which it's very clear that it's AI. But for some of his thumbnails, like one of the thumbnails that we're going to talk about today, he steals art, puts them into AI such as ChatGPT or Grok or something like that, and asks them to make it seem worse off than it is. I'll go into more detail about that soon, but that's all I really have to say about his usage of AI with his thumbnails. He did make 2 videos criticizing the Forsaken/Freaksaken fandom. And in one of his videos, his second video that he made, he reacted to 4 videos in a row that were all from one creator known as Red Smile. Now, in these videos, they weren't even that bad considering what most of the community is like, and there are a lot more worse YouTubers out there that do a lot worse things. And for these 4 videos in a row, he consistently bullies this artist for supposedly being freaky when it very clearly wasn't. And he even accused this artist of doing things that they just didn't do and tried to make it worse. And tried to make the artist, Red Smile, seem as a bad person, basically just slandering them. And they made up shit on the spot when they were going into these videos and trying to talk about these videos. He accused this artist of animating zoophilia, aka a crime, when it was a bunny, known in the Forsaken community as Gubby, standing next to a coin. And what he says is that, oh, please don't tell me this is just going to be some shit. He does this out of nowhere and has no reason to think that as well. He just says it to make the Forsaken community and the creator a lot worse. He does this again with another one of Red Smile's videos, stating that mafioso standing over Elliot's corpse, both like characters in the Forsaken game, and labels it as necrophilia. He then indirectly says that his audience should not search it up, when really he's indirectly getting them to think that they should search up to figure out what it means. He's indirectly telling his audience to search up necrophilia. You want to know what Riff thought made the video necrophilia? He states that the fact that there is blood means that the audience should expect some freaky shit to come up in the next couple of seconds. And in my opinion, if you in fact link blood with freaky sexual content, you're the one people should criticize, not the artist who is just trying to create art for a community, and that isn't even like freaky in a sense. This here next part is the main reason I believe that people should criticize Riff and potentially fully cancel him for this. He says, this bullying gets to a point where Riff says, if you were to ride a bicycle and fall off and break your wrist and never ever draw again, I wouldn't feel bad. By the way, this is an animation of... This is over a random different animation where Mafioso and Chance are literally just stood looking at each other. There is nothing weird with two people looking at each other. And because this artist drew two characters from a game looking at each other, they got threatened with violence. This isn't reacting to content. This is just a genuine threat of violence. And it is complete slander. For the thumbnail of the first video that he made, he had stolen another artist, Yellow X. He had stolen her art without consent and used AI to make the art seem more sexually implicit, and he adds a misleading caption, therefore creating a misleading thumbnail. He uses this thumbnail to try and make the Forsaken fandom and the artist, Yellow X, seem worse than they actually are. Even though, yeah, I will admit, the Forsaken fandom is not a healthy fandom, and there needs to be some criticism for that. But if you're completely slandering the good, the very small amount of good, and linking it to the very large amount of bad, that is slander. And that is a crime. That is illegal. When using Yellow's art in the AI generator that he had used, he had made the image more sexually implicit by adding heavy blush, tears, and what seems to be some weird white stuff coming from Chance or whatever, as you can see here. For those of you that don't understand what this is the definition of slander. In the second video where he targeted Red Smile for her work, Riff made Red Smile look like a terrible artist by making rude comments about a very outdated art style, since Red Smile's art style had changed multiple times since, because it was a very old video. A major issue in this situation is the fact that Riff, 22, is bullying Red Smile consistently, who is 16, wishing this 16-year-old harm and bringing up sexual topics that were completely irrelevant. What Riff does, or has done, completely violates YouTube's terms and service and community guidelines. And as an inspiration for a lot of people, he should be more sensible with the comments he makes, topics he discusses, and the usage of AI and stealing art. And personally, I believe he should get cancelled for this situation because it is fully ridiculous. Now, Riff did make a community post responding to this, and he has taken the two videos down that he said he would take down because they were literally just slander and bullying. I'm going to fully break down and debunk Riff's response. He made a community post talking about the situation, but the community sees it as a PR stunt to save his channel. He states that one of the artists I reacted to in the video were not adults, which infers that if the artist was an adult, he would still have accused them of drawing pedophilia and spreading it online, which is accusing them of a crime. And that just tells the community that he's just doing this as a PR stunt. He also says, I sourced the videos through the hashtag Forsaken hashtag on YouTube, showing that he did no prior research and went to random videos, made shit up and lied as he went on the way through his video, so he could publicly slander some random people he didn't even know. Overall, I think this situation is pretty disgusting, and if Riff somehow sees this, I urge him to make a actual response or take accountability in a proper way. And honestly, with that said, I hope you did enjoy. Please like and subscribe for more. Remember, join the Discord if you have any questions, or leave the questions in the comments below, or if you just want to talk to members of my community. Thank you for watching, and shout out to Ray for the background footage and YellowX for the information. You can go find the video in the description. And shout out to Red Smile for being mentioned. With that said, peace out.